in the whip, all in the rest, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause ice on the wrist, why bet you wanna be famous, They elevated, you know I'm icy in Vegas, this for the that haters, I make a lot of new money, when the not saving, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out cuz, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick then hit with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story if I let...
All right, Coach. First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, will step aside.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft. Check 53, you ain't going nowhere.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That second down play nets a -4.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On third down, Leonard going deep here for Landry. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Ready, set. 51, Mike, 51. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Just like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Mike 51, all day. Hey, Delta. Mike 51, Mike 55.
On 1st and 10, Jones trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 24, Jones is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Look at me, zipper.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Now Jones. Campbell making the catch. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Man, I got you. Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot.
Throwing Jones. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
60 or. Let's go, baby. We turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Got it.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Colts 3.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Gets around him. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At their 48-yard line.
10-2 stop.
2nd and 11. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Miller running right. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 22-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Mayfield to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 29, Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Hey, let's get there. Hey, watch the shit.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Throwing on first down, Jones. Flush to his right, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now! Motion. Mike 51, Mike. Hey, wahoo! Army. Hey, Mike 51. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Get it.
Jones now, gonna throw again. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
On the double
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ready, break. 53, check 53. You're not ready. You're not ready. Hey, 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 hey. Five. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
Now on second and 13. Jones. Catch made here by Campbell. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. They gonna need some therapy after this. Hey, Foxtrot. 53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. I don't think you got it, son. 53's the Mike. 53, check 53.
Jones operating from the gun. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
No. Yes. Hey, Haywood. 5.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this one is right down the middle. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Browns drive about to get started.
I'm coming for you, son.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go play action. Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
8, read.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready?
Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check 99. Check 99. 22 jet bomber. Hey, exit. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense.
From the 40 now on second down. Jones to the right side to Eric Ebron. 23 yards the pickup there.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Mayfield. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Back now here on EA Sports. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Hey, Alpha. 51, Mike 51.
From the gun, Jones throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Here's Mayfield. Got his target, Samuel.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Dancing to his left. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Keep playing hard.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Let's get it.
That's 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the Colts' 46-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Alert.
They run again with Hunt. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Set. 180.
In your face.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. Quick move by Miller. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They'll run for it here with McAllister. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Exit.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
180! Coming this way, here we go.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Cleveland, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move